Today I want to talk about the 7 best neighborhoods to live in Philadelphia. These are my picks, and I'll tell you why as we go through. If you're looking for a deep dive into all things Philadelphia, well, you've come to the right place. This channel will do it for you. So go ahead and subscribe below and tap on the bell so that you can stay up to date on all the current market conditions in Philadelphia. My name is Linda Dale. I'm a local real estate broker here, born and raised in the area. And I get people calling me and texting me, emailing me every single day who are considering a move into Philadelphia. And I love that. I would love to be your resource. Send me a text, shoot me an email, pick up the phone and call me, hop on my calendar and we'll do a Zoom call. I'm happy to help you. So today I want to talk about the 7 best neighborhoods to live in Philadelphia. I'm going to start with number 7. Number 7 and number 6 are very related. They're very close together. Same vibe, but different neighborhoods. Philadelphia is known as a city of neighborhoods. It's 150 plus neighborhoods throughout the city, and it encompasses 136 square miles. It ranges from a few blocks to a few miles. We also have a couple of squares in there, some neighborhoods that are called a square, which are pretty small. We have 56 historical sites. We have 141 museums, and at least 10 of those are art museums. Number 7 is Fishtown. Fishtown is located about a mile from Center City. It's known for its young professionals and families. It started a revitalization maybe 10 or 15 years ago. There were a lot of old warehouses there. It was not a really great place. It was really old. It's actually one of the oldest neighborhoods in Philadelphia. But it went through a revitalization, and now there are a mix of newer and older row homes. The cities are dotted with music venues. Music is huge in Fishtown and a couple of other areas in Philadelphia. So you have a lot of music venues, you have breweries, you have fine restaurants, all kinds of places to hang out. There's just a growing list of small boutiques opening up. Businessmen are opening businesses there. The population is growing and the prices are still reasonable there. Right now, the affordability for a rental is very good. A 1-bedroom is running about $1,600 a month, and a 2-bedroom averages about $1,900 a month. The median price for a row house is about $385,000, which is actually a very good price considering some of the other areas in the city. Number 6 is Northern Liberties. Now, Northern Liberties and Fishtown are located just north of Center City. Northern Liberties is just south of Fishtown, and it was the first planned suburb in the city of Philadelphia. And it wasn't called a suburb back then, but when William Penn laid out the land, he designated this area with plots of real estate that he gave free to the landowners in Center City. He wanted to support the people that helped him to build his city, and so he gave them free plots of land in this area, and he called it Liberty Land, which is kind of cool. So that's how Northern Liberties kind of got its name. Over the years, somehow it evolved into Northern Liberties, but it was initially called Liberty Land. Very similar to Fishtown. It's located right by Fishtown, so you have kind of the same feel. You have young families and young professionals in Northern Liberties as well. And you have the breweries, the music venues, the small businesses, the fine restaurants, and the art museum. They're not museums, they're just art stores, all up and down the streets of Northern Liberties. So the real estate there is a little more pricey due to the fact that it's a little bit closer to the city. For example, the drive to Center City is about 10 minutes. And you can actually walk to Center City from Northern Liberties. It's about a 45-minute walk. Or you can take the elevated train, the L, as we call it. That's about a 20-minute ride into Center City. So prices are going up there, but they're still not as high as some of the other parts of the city. A rental right now, to rent a row house down there is about $2,100 a month, but that is a median number. These rentals in the city can go as high as, right now there's one for $8,495. So I wanted to give you a median number. That's where you line all the numbers up. You take the one in the middle, because in the city there are a lot of very high prices, which would skew the numbers if we just used an average. So I'm going to use the medium rent price is $2,100 up to $8,495. And the median purchase price right now in the MLS is $587.5. So it's a little bit more pricey than Fishtown, but still a good value, a good place to invest. Number 5, Fairmount. Love Fairmount. Fairmount has one of the highest walk scores of a lot of the towns I'm going to mention to you today. A walk score means how accessible is it to walk everywhere. And it's one of the highest walkability scores that we're going to talk about today. It has an urban feel. A high percentage of the residents there own their own homes. And they have row homes and mansions. You have the whole gamut there, and most of them are owner occupied. The great amount of places to see down there. You have the Philadelphia Art Museum, which is world famous, the Rodin Museum. You have the Franklin Institute, which is was created to honor Ben Franklin and all the things that he brought to the United States with him, his new ideas. You also have the Philadelphia Zoo, which is a really nice zoo. And the location at Fairmount is actually right at the end of the Ben Franklin Parkway. There's a long stretch of road. It's 4 lanes. Picture this, 4 lanes, slow driving. The center has a green space between the 2 sides of the road, tree lined with flags of every country in the world lining the Ben Franklin Parkway. And at the very end of it, high atop the hill, is the art museum. So it's an unbelievable location. I mean, you can ride your bike into Center City, but most interestingly, one of the most interesting things that you'll know about is Rocky. The Rocky statue is located right at the end of the parkway, just at the base of the steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art. So that's pretty cool. You have to, if you haven't been there, you have to go there. The average price for a home there is $490,000, and the average rental for a 3-bedroom row house is $2,000 per month. Number 4 would be Old City. Old City is appropriately named Old City because that's where our country started. It's considered the historic district. That's where you'll find Independence Hall. And everyone knows Independence Hall because our Constitution was adopted there, and so was our Declaration of Independence. Right in Constitution, right there. So it's a must stop by. If you go to Philadelphia, you need to stop in there and see Independence Hall. It's been redone, looks really nice. And they have tours in there. So you have an old city vibe there. You have cobblestone streets, you have Belgian block streets, you have beautiful restored old buildings where our history started. The first Bank of Philadelphia is down there. The city oozes charm, super charming, especially in Old City. Old City is a beautiful place. A lot of green pockets. There are some residential streets that are tucked off to the side. One of them is famous, you may have heard of it, Elfreth's Alley, the oldest continuously inhabited alley in the country. And what you see are, when it's just a small little street and it's lined with teensy-weensy townhomes, row homes that are in perfect condition. It is so quaint, oh my, and it's very expensive too. There are only a limited number of properties there, so if you're lucky enough to get one, you pay for it. When you walk the streets of Old City, you're walking on the same streets that William Penn and Ben Franklin and George Washington and all these famous guys walked. Just really gives you a sense of history when you're down there. I really love it. It's got a modern, vibrant district. So you have the preserved older buildings, but you have a lot of mural art. There's a lot of mural art down in Philadelphia. It's probably got more than many other major cities, beautiful mural art. You have sidewalk cafes, you have expensive dining, you have expensive lofts and condos, both new and redone. The average rental there is $1,800 a month. The current active homes for sale listing prices on the market right at this moment ranges from $195,000 up to $3.2 million. So you can see there's quite a spread there, and it just depends where you are. It's a great neighborhood, but the closer you get to the historic section, the more it costs. Chestnut Hill is number 3. Chestnut Hill is only a 25-minute commute to Center City. So it's pretty close, and it has a little bit, it's a very quaint, quiet, it feels kind of like a suburb. It's actually in the city. It's a 25-minute commute to Center City. It has the #1 highest median income in the city, sometimes known as the Hill or the Avenue. The main street there, Germantown Avenue, is paved with Belgian block. And quick story here, years ago, there used to be a trolley that ran up and down Germantown Avenue. In fact, it ran for 19 miles. It actually ran through down Germantown Avenue, through Chestnut Hill, all the way down to South Street in Philadelphia. It was a 14-mile route that the trolley car went one way, and then it would turn around and come back, and it took 90 minutes to do that. And that ran for years and years and years. When I was a young girl, my mom used to take us to Chestnut Hill, and I used to love to watch the trolley go by. Really, it's silly, but I did. So the trolley car was stopped the whole trolley system was stopped in 1992, and they replaced it with buses. It's always been one of the most affluent neighborhoods in the city for years, and some of the most expensive housing down in Philadelphia. Like I said, it's got a small town atmosphere, and it's well located to get to the suburbs. And you can take the train into Center City. So it's really a great location. Low crime rate, excellent public and private schools, and it's known as the Garden District of Philadelphia. There's a park there called Wissahickon Valley Park, which has more than 50 miles of trails. And as you know, William Penn called this Penn's Woods here, and because the woods are all around here are so beautiful. And so here and there we have a lot of these dedicated parks with trails through the woods. You can bike, you can walk, you can run, but that's a beautiful place, Wissahickon Valley Park. Philly Cricket, the first country club in the United States, started in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Cricket Club. Here we call it the Philly Cricket Club. The oldest country club in the U.S. The Morris Arboretum is another beautiful place that has a lot of greenery and beautiful trees and beautiful bushes and flowers. And so Chestnut Hill is mostly known for its quiet, iconic Main Street and the big mansions that are located there. The median age at Chestnut Hill is 44, which is actually 30% higher than the rest of Philadelphia. Philadelphia is generally, the main part of Philadelphia is generally a younger crowd. But Chestnut Hill, the average age is 44, which is 30% higher than the other neighborhoods in Philadelphia. Population density in Chestnut Hill is 83% lower than the rest of the city. So it's much less densely populated with a slightly older group. And so that's kind of the makeup of the city. And the median price for a detached home there is $1,082,500. And the median price for a twin home there is $572,500. So you can see it's a little pricey there. Beautiful place though, you need to go there if you come visit. Number 2, Society Hill. Great place. Another great place. Recognized as one of the most desirable residential pockets in the city. It's quieter, largely residential, and it has boatloads of charm. Oh, very, very charming neighborhood. I want you to picture this. I'm going to give you a picture in your mind. Picture Georgian row homes. That means brick. Georgian row homes with brick sidewalks, cobblestone streets, and Franklin lamps lining the street. A lot of families live there. People stay, they move in there and when they're young professionals, and they stay there forever. It's a great residential pocket. It's quiet, and it's one of the most expensive Philadelphia neighborhoods just because of the makeup of the buildings there. Historic homes. There's a lot of restaurants and historic attractions in Society Hill. It's convenient to New Jersey. So a lot of people that live in New Jersey work in Philadelphia. There's a bridge that runs between Center City and New Jersey, and it's a 12-minute commute to go from New Jersey to Center City, Philadelphia. So it's very conveniently located for people who live in New Jersey. Affordability, $926 a month for a rental. And the current median townhouse listing range of prices is from $662,000 to $3.95 million. So you can see the prices are going up as you get closer to the very center of where William Penn started. And my number 1 pick is Rittenhouse Square. Rittenhouse Square is one of the top neighborhoods in all of Philadelphia. When William Penn created the city and he laid it out on paper, he actually put 5 different squares in different locations throughout the city. And these squares were developed into little neighborhoods around them with greenery in the center. And this particular square is Philadelphia's Fifth Avenue. That's kind of the best way to describe it. Picture high-end shops, expensive restaurants, the best of everything in Rittenhouse Square. It commands some of the highest prices in the city. It started when the wealthy people in Philadelphia started to build houses at that location, and it just grew. The median home price there is $499,500. And it's Philadelphia's most popular square. The penthouses at 10 Rittenhouse, this is a building, a high-rise known as 10 Rittenhouse. The penthouses there start at $3 million, just to give you a sense of pricing there. the better the view, the higher the price is kind of the way it works. Young professionals can get a 1 or 2 bedroom rehabbed condo there for around $500,000, maybe a little less. But it's a super investment. If you can afford to buy there, it's a great place to buy. Prices are going through the roof there. The median rental price there is $2,100, the median rental price there is now about $2,800. The current average active property for sale in Rittenhouse right now is just under $1.2 million. And just a note of interest, there's currently a penthouse for sale at 1911 Walnut Street. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2 half bath property. A penthouse with 8,666 square feet. It's big, very big. It's priced at $25 million, and the condo fee there, just FYI, is $9,532 a month. But what a location. Wow. One other thing about Rittenhouse Square, they have a lot of events through the year. They have a spring festival where tens of thousands of people come to celebrate spring, and they have music, they have food, all kinds of entertainment down there, and it's absolutely a beautiful place to begin with. But when you add the entertainment and the festivities there, it's really a great place to visit. They also have, in the fall, they have what's called the Circle the Square, which is where they invite artisans from around the country or the world, if they want to come in, to display all of their artistry. And they do a circle around the square, and then inside the square of all the things that they'd like to share that they create. And then, of course, at Christmas time, they have the Christmas lights. They put out more than 5,000 holiday lights every Christmas, and it's just a beautiful place. So that's my favorite place. So those are my top 7 best places to live in Philadelphia. I don't know if you agree with that. I'd love to find out what your thoughts are. If you have 1 or 2 others that you think, I could probably name another 5 or 10 that I like down there, but these are my top picks. If you're thinking about buying or selling in the city, I can't help you if I don't know you're there, that you need help. So give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule time on my calendar for a Zoom call. I'd be happy to talk to you and help you make a smooth move into Philadelphia. Until next time, have a great evening.